welcome you back. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of nut jobs on. What up, my people? I don't know if y'all remember. At the beginning of the month, I told y'all I made a video about being the power of the 369 and being positive and not asking, demanding God and all that stuff. And I told you that this year started off strong and that something was going, I started off traveling and then something else was going to happen and this and the other. And I told you that I would tell you what that other stuff was when they got close to it. And I'm happy to let y'all know that today I am buying my third house. So right now, I'm heading over to do the closing, to sign the paperwork, and buying what to me is my forever home, right? Unless I can get bigger. But yeah, so I'm excited about it, and I don't know what else to tell you but that, being in good energy, demanding, like that's so important. I keep trying to drive that home. Demand. Don't ask God for anything. Demand it. Because like I said in the other video, when you ask, God wants you to have faith. Have faith in Him, right? So when you ask, you have faith, but when you demand, the faith is even bigger. Because it's going to happen. And it's interesting because yesterday, my mother sent me a video of the 7 levels of praying, and it said in the video that a lot of people get stuck in number 3 and they don't go any higher than that, and there's 7 levels, right? I can't recall what all the levels were, but level 1 is basically when you pray and you ask. Level 2 is I forgot what level 2 was. Yeah, but level 3 is where everybody gets stuck, and it makes sense to me, right? Level 2 is when you ask for others, right? You ask for others. You pray for yourself, and then you ask for others, and you're not selfish, basically. Number 4, which is where I'm at, is you demand, because you already know that He could give it to you. So now you're demanding, like if you ask, like, hey, can I get, if you ask your, well, I'm not even going to go there, but if you ask, you know that you're going to get it, right? Because He's going to give it to you, especially if you have faith. So when you get to that level and well, whatever I ask, I get, because I live a good life and all that other stuff. It's not like you just some asshole and just do whatever and you get what you want. You live a righteous life. You live a good life. You know that when you ask, you're going to get, you'll get most of the time, when you ask. When you're aware of that, then you stop asking, you start demanding. You start asking because you know that whatever you ask is going to happen. And that's where I'm at, right? And I've been telling you that, it's been a long time since I've asked. I'm always demanding God to give me stuff. And that goes for like, my the job that I'm in now after retiring for 21 years in the Army, the Cybertruck, I asked for those things. Like, I didn't ask, I demanded. Like, I was like, you're going to give it to me because I deserve it. And that's for the job and this car. And it happened. And like I mentioned, I'm not going to go through it again, but I'm going to touch on it real briefly. When like a few months ago, last year, but actually, I was thinking about buying I wanted a house, and I started demanding it, and it started happening. And then I got scared, so I pushed back, and it didn't go through. Well, this time, I demanded, and I was like, I want it. And not only did I get the house, but I got the style of house that I wanted, because when I was looking, I was like, I can't afford the style of house that I want. And I'm getting it, so I'm very excited about it. There's 7 levels of prayer. Oh, the 6th level, because like I said, I don't remember all of them, but the 6th level, there was some that stood out to me. The 6th level is when you don't ask, you don't pray no more, but God or Jesus prays for you. And that's a very interesting topic right there. That's a pretty interesting way to look at things. You know what I'm saying? Because we never think about that. Like, what do you mean God prays for us? And I find that very interesting because it is in the Bible and it's something that he did say. I'm not going to get in here and tell you like I know exactly where it's at, but I don't. In that video that I watched, it does say, and it does also talk about demanding, right? It talks about demanding. And there's a verse that says, ask and ye shall be given. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, demand. And anyway, 369 369. I keep telling you that, I'm very into that energy and that whole type of lifestyle. If you don't believe in God, it's energy. Just, but whatever it is, what if you believe in God or if you don't, the important thing is that you you are positive, always in goodwill, you know, and demand whatever you believe in. If you don't believe in anything, then just tell yourself that it will happen and it's going to happen. So I'm on my way to get in my house, and yeah, man, it's a great feeling. It's crazy because it's just happened. Like the numbers just all of a sudden started making sense. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a little bit tighter, but whatever. Another thing that I want to hit on is like if you're thinking about buying a house, buy now. Buy now because things are not going to get cheaper. Things are not going to get any better. Whatever type of house whatever you could afford now is going to be less in the future. You know what I'm saying? And that's from a personal experience because when I bought my first house, I I was going to get this bigger house, and I was like, my monthly is going to be real tight. You know, I'd rather have more money in my pocket monthly than being in such a tight situation. And for what? Didn't do nothing with that extra money. But if I mean, yeah, I didn't do nothing with that extra money. But if you're the type of person that could invest and do all that stuff, then great, you do that. But for me, it wasn't the right move because the house that I wanted. So I'll throw some numbers out there, right? This is not exact numbers, just so you can have an idea. The house that I wanted 12 years ago was worth $200,000 or 300,000, right? Around there. I think it was 200,000. Now that house is worth 800,000. The house that I bought was this is not the exact numbers, was 100,000, and now it's worth 300,000. So in the long run, if I would have bought the other house, the numbers would have, you know, leveled out, and at the end I would have been making more, and the payments would have been cheap, but I didn't, and that's a lesson that I learned, and it's not going to happen again. So, like I said, I'm going to go sign the paperwork. I will see y'all in my new house. So stay tuned. So let me welcome y'all to Domo's Manor. There it is. That is that that stuff that I was asking for, and I got it. So, like I said, when you when you pray, man, you get the power of the 369 going. Anything is possible. Right now, working on the garage to making insulated because this is going to be my office here slash man cave, not cage. So yeah, let me give you a tour of the inside. So here we are entering through the garage. Right away, you get a room, right? It's gonna be one of the rooms, and with a bathroom for this room, which has a door that leads into the room, and then from there, uh, this room right here is a laundry room. Got the connections and all that stuff. This is marble. That's marble. That's the real shit. Then you walk again. That's the garage. And you walk over here. lead to this little closet. I want to say it's not a pantry, but I mean, like, it's a little closet. This is the dining room. That's the main door to the entrance, but we're going to stay right here, which leads into the kitchen. Right here now, the refrigerator and all that stuff. In my other house, and that's the breakfast nook. Before I tell you about the refrigerators and stuff, the appliances, that is a door for the dogs. Going to drill a hole in there. I'm going to cut out a hole and place that in there so the dogs could go in and out. That's the living room, high ceiling, um, electric fireplace, TV. It's going to be 100 inches. And that's the backyard. I'm not going to really show you the backyard because it's a backyard. This is smaller than the house that I currently have, which I love because I hate grass. But what I was saying about the appliances, in my other house, I have new appliances and better appliances. So I'm going to switch out the refrigerator, the microwave, and the dishwasher. And I'm going to bring the ones that I have, which is white. I don't know how it's going to look with the stainless steel and the oven and the counter. I mean, the countertop is fine because it's just black. But I don't know how it's going to flow with this, which I don't care because it's a Samsung. I'm a Samsung guy. But yeah, so everything's going to be white except for the ovens over there and that part right there. So anyway, going up here is the living room, like I said. Main door. So you see, then you go up to the second floor where it's gonna be basically my daughter's room and the guest room. Yeah. So the attic up there. So this is gonna be one of the rooms. Probably gonna be the guest room. So basically, I know I have a room down there, and some of y'all might say, "Well, why don't you make that the guest room? Because it's if you're gonna have your daughters up here, it's better to keep them separated." And the reason for that is because when I say guest, it's probably gonna be my mom. So technically, that's my mom's room right there, right? And you have this little area. This right here is the main bathroom for this floor. They got where is it going? It has dual sinks. Don't know why, but it does. Um, Bathroom. And then this is a shared bathroom too. So whoever, which is going to be one of my daughters, the youngest one, she's going to have this room. Um, so she's going to have shared bathroom, basically. Basically her own bathroom, but it's shared. It's a closet. She's young. She don't really stay with me that much. Adelina. If you watch this, that's why you get in the smaller room. But anyway, yeah. So it's double closet. So she got two closets. She has enough room here. But that right there is to go to the side of the house and all the insulation and all that stuff, and the wires that run through there. So yeah, you have that room with a shared bathroom, which is mainly the main bathroom for that room. And this is the main bathroom for this floor. Now, that's the door to one of my daughter's room. This is supposed to be a bonus room. It's huge. So yeah, it's a bonus room, right? But this is gonna be my oldest daughter's room. I was gonna put my office up here, but it doesn't make sense because, in my other house, the bonus room is on the other side of the house. And the rooms where my daughter sleeps or whatever, stays, is what you call it. It's on the other side of the house. So you have privacy. With this one here, and I thought about it, with this one here, it's up with all the other rooms. And if I have to come and work and I'm making noise or I'm making a phone call, I could bother them while they're sleeping because there's one room there, there's another room over there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this a room. So look at this view. This view from this room. It's beautiful. I like the fact that there's no other houses there. Love it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, which leads to the land that's next to my house on that side. It's empty. And I'm trying to buy it. But anyway, that's neither here or there. But there you go. This is the bonus room slash other room. And the reason why this could be a room, so the way they sell this house is four bedroom, four bedroom, and a bonus room, right? So this is the bonus room, but the bonus room has a half a bath, which is great. You know what I'm saying? So she has her own bathroom here and has a walk-in closet. So correct me if I'm wrong, but if a room has a closet, it's technically a bedroom. You know, so yeah, and maybe because of the walls, I don't know, but yeah, this is gonna be a bedroom. So the way that I look at it, this is actually a five-bedroom house, five-bedroom house. That's the way I look at it because this right here to be a bonus room, it'll be disturbing for the people that are up here sleeping. You know, if because in my bonus room right now is my office, right? It's my office and it's also my media room, you know, man cave. I got my video games and like that. Now imagine if I'm up here playing video game or watching a movie and stuff at 3 o'clock in the morning, or even, you know, a little bit earlier, whatever the case is, you know, it's gonna be bothering. It's gonna be bothering to the people sleeping up here. So this is why it's going to be a room, and it's going to be my daughter's room. It's going to be the oldest, and I'm fine with that. And this is the reason why, right? I'm making the garage. I'm doing the garage into my man cave, and all that stuff. So that's one of the main reasons. You know, I'm away from everybody. I don't have to bother nobody with my noises or while I'm working, or nobody could bother me while I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically it. That's basically it. I need quiet, and I mean that officer down there. So now I left the best for last, right? Let me close these doors. Left the best for last. Oh, what is this? Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, I thought there was no door for that. But anyway, left the best for last. I love that light high ceiling, man. Like it just makes the house look way bigger. But let's go to the master bedroom, which is that right there. Um, Two things about that. Let me take a seat and explain this, right? So, I don't know if y'all noticed, this house has I think they call it a turret or the little castle round part of the house, right? And that's something that I really like. So when I was buying this, when I was looking for a house, I wanted that. I found this house. Usually this house is not made with the square feet that this one has. It's usually made with what is it? 2,700 square feet or whatever. This is 3,085 square feet. So it's really big, even though the living room looks small because it is small, you know, and it's because they made another room behind the kitchen, which is cool. But I think they should have made the living room bigger, but it's fine. It's 3,000 square feet, 3,058 square feet. So what I was saying is that that little turret, the little round part, right, um, is usually part of like the living room, and it's the sitting area and stuff like that. And I just like the way it looks from the outside. So when I walked into this house, first of all, I thought that the backyard was smaller because it was like on the advertisement it said 2.25 acres. And if you know anything about that, that means it has no backyard. So that's what I thought, but you saw the backyard is pretty big. The other, like I was saying, the turret, the little round part, the castle part, that's usually part of the living room or the dining room, and it's a sitting area and stuff like that. That's most of the houses that are built like this style. That's what that little turret is. So when I came in here, that's what I was expecting. But then I walked in. And I'm like, what's the turret? I see the dining room, and it's, you know, squared off and stuff like that. And I'm like, where is it? So when I walked into the main bedroom, that's where it was, which I was like, oh, I fucking love it. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I want this house. And that was it. I was in the market. I was in the market looking for 2 days. That's it. Because when I saw this one, I was going to buy another one it was way bigger than this. It was like 35 or 3,700 square feet. and I was gonna buy it, but it didn't have curb appeal. And the inside was huge, it was beautiful, but I didn't like the curb appeal. And I was gonna buy it, and I was like, all I saw, I didn't see the house. What I saw was the debt. When I saw this house, I forgot about the debt. So anyway, the bedroom has to turn, and it's beautiful. I'm gonna show y'all, and in there, there's a master bedroom and all that stuff, a master bathroom and all of that, and it's beautiful. One thing that I needed or that I wanted was a big closet, and I was just a big walk-in closet. What this one offers is two walk-in, his and hers. Um, they're big enough, not big enough for me because I have a lot of clothes, and the reason why I got a lot of clothes is because I'm a hoarder. Like I have clothes from back in the '90s that I don't even use no more. But anyway, it has two closets. They're pretty good size, and the bathroom is beautiful. Even though I'm not going to use one of the bathtub that's in there, even though I'm not going to use it, but it just looks good, and I'm pretty sure my lady will use it. But now, with further ado, I'll show you the master bedroom. Only thing that I don't like, right, and I'm gonna say this, is that it's like that's the main entrance, right, and it's right there, and the living room and all that stuff. It would have been great if in back of that wall where the kitchen is, that's where the other room is, and you saw the bathroom and the thing. If it was on that side of the house, it would have been beautiful, and have the little torrent on that side. But can't get all you want, so I got at least what I wanted, and plus, here it is. Look at that, high ceilings. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, throughout the house is recessed lighting. I think that's what they call it. Throughout the house. It's cool. But look at this. Look at this. Wonderful. I could picture myself having a little desk, a little coffee table there, or like a little table with two chairs, my bed right here with my TV hanging there, and just like, when I don't want to be in bed, I get off and I sit over there with my little coffee, what I'm saying? Me and my lady just chilling. She makes me a little bit of coffee or hot cocoa on a winter day like today. And at night, watching TV from there and just talking, little lounge area. You know what I'm saying? That's what that looks. That's what I see here. But look at this. So you go over there. Oh, damn, I fucked up. The door fucked up the aesthetics. But now you walk into the double closets, his and hers, right? You turn on the light so I could get a better look. There it is. And then you have mine. It's going to be this side. And then the bathroom. Check this out. Woo! Look at that. That's beautiful, huh? That's beautiful. I'm never going to use it. I'm telling you right now, I am not going to use this tub. Maybe, but I doubt it if I'm going to use it. All right, look how that looks. Like I like it. I like it. That window. I don't know if it opens. I doubt it, but And look at that shower. Look at that shower. Need a new shower head because I want something longer that's like center and higher. You know what I'm saying? His and hers. Since this is mine, obviously, and I say obviously because this one has a, where they do their makeup, you know what I'm saying? Then you have here the throne. Now, let me tell you so that toilet is getting changed out. I wanted to put a smart toilet, but the problem with the smart toilet is that they low. That's usually like 15 inches high, right? And that's standard, I guess, or 16. The one that I have in my house right now is 19. And well, let me tell you, that shit feels good. You don't have to squat down. I'm older, I guess. You don't have to squat down. It's just right there. You know what I'm saying? You just do your thing. So that's going to get changed out. I was thinking about a smart toilet, but for the smart toilet, correct me if I'm mistaken, but you need a plug because it needs to be plugged in to do all the crazy stuff. I think. I don't know. So it's not going to be that. It's just going to be a 19-inch toilet. I'm telling you, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you're gonna talk shit and all that stuff. But 19 inches, get with it. I'm telling you. So this is what the throne is. I don't know what kind of decoration I'm gonna put in here. Maybe a wallpaper of a cave or I don't know, space. I don't know. I don't know if if y'all see my other house, y'all know that I have a centerpiece there, a wall that I put a wallpaper, and it's like it's a space station in the moon. So I might do that there. I might do something. I don't know, but yeah, that's how it looks. You know, like I said, recess lighting, which is beautiful. I'm gonna change that so that I can control how bright it gets and stuff like that. I don't know what that is. Didn't even notice it was there. So yeah, so that's the walkthrough. Um, like I said, when you demand stuff, when you pray, and I'm at this, I told you, I'm at the fourth level. When you pray and you got faith and you believe and you demand it. Don't ask for it, demand it. Things happen. And like I said, yeah, this is it. Little house. Once I get I move in. So I'm keeping my other house. I'm gonna rent it out, right? And the good thing about that is that I don't have to rush to move. So yeah, I'm gonna have two mortgages. Things are gonna be tight for a bit, but that's fine. Um, but at least I get the chance to like move at my pace, and that's great because I've never had that a chance to do that. It was always rushed because I was in the military, so it was always rushed. But now I have time, and once I do that, I'll make another video to show you how everything's gonna look with the dog door in there in the wall, the garage done, furnished, all the appliance changed out, and yeah, so that's basically it. I'm gonna give you a little sneak preview. You know what I'm saying? This is how it's looking right now. That's Nixon right there, working hard. This guy knows what he's doing, man. He knows his shit. But see that purple shit? That's the insulation. He's cutting it. He's gonna put it in there, and hopefully, get that going. And hopefully, next time you see this, it's gonna look different. So, to the next time, make sure you subscribe, comment, and share. Peace. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of nut jobs on